Right, let's start today's session. So this is the third demo session of .NET Core. In the last two lectures, we discuss introduction to .NET as well as .NET components we discussed in the last lecture. And also we have seen the code execution procedure in .NET. So this is completely theoretical part. And today I'm going to start with C#.NET. Why? Because in this .NET Core package course, only the language is C#.NET, which is very important. Complete coding we are going to write using C#.NET only. So that's what first 45 days to 50 working days, we are going to focus on the programming language C#.NET. After completion of C#.NET, and we will begin the next web application development purpose, ASP.NET Core MVC, Entity Framework, Web API, MySQL, Microsoft SQL Server, all these things. So first of all, without C#.NET, you can't move towards ASP.NET web development. Okay, so that's what we are focusing on ASP.NET now, sir. Sorry, C#.NET, sir. Okay, yes. So what is C#.NET? I said C#.NET is a programming language. Generally, any programming language is used to write coding part for the application development. Okay, yes. So what is C#.NET? C#.NET is a programming language which is used to develop, which is used to write coding part for the application development. Coding part for the application development. Okay, so it is a programming language. C#.NET is a general purpose language. That means what? Using C#.NET language, we can develop any type of applications. So like console application, web applications, Windows Forms applications, network programming, okay, and gaming applications, many more applications can be developed. C#.NET is not only for developing particular kind of applications, it's only for general purpose applications. So any kind of applications we can build using C#.NET language. And C#.NET is high level programming language. What is the meaning of high level? If your programming language is high level, that means all the low level activities will taken care by the program language itself only. That means, for example, while executing the code, memory management purpose. Yesterday we discussed the garbage collector is one of the subcomponent of CLR main component. So automatic memory management purpose, this component is there. So if your programming language is high level means all the low level activities purpose, we need not to contribute any code. Complete by default C#.NET inside only the tools will be take care that low level activities like memory management and security, memory allocation and deallocation process and cleanup activities. All these things will take care by language itself internally. We need not to contribute any explicit code from our side. That's what it is called high level language. Next, C#.NET is object-oriented programming language. Yes, sir. Object-oriented it is completely. Object-oriented means we have some important advantages are there. If programming language is object-oriented means we will achieve the security and reusability and application enhancement. Main features and advantage of object-oriented programming is one is security. That means we can develop the logic very high securely, and reusability. One time if you develop application logic that can be reused into many places anytime, one time writing, many time using. That is called reusability. So programmer time is going to save. Development of application will be improved. And reuse of application enhancement means already if you develop some logic for the based upon the client requirement, later if client is asking some more extra features to add the existing application, so that is nothing but application enhancement feature. So these are all we are going to achieve with object-oriented programming language. So C#.NET is a general purpose, high level object-oriented programming language. Okay, fine. In C#.NET, the symbol, this is the symbol actually, sharp symbol it is, SHARP. So many of the programmers, many of the students may call it as C# programming language. It is not a hash sign, it is a sharp sign. Because at the time of launching C#.NET by Microsoft Corporation, already the languages were there, like C language or C++. So they think that anyway, this programming language is going to become a popular language and a powerful language. So they took this sharp symbol from musical notes. Okay, there is a powerful musical note that is C sharp. C sharp note is there. One of the note is most powerful note among 7 musical notes. That's the reason the Microsoft Corporation people, they are giving the name for this language is called what? C#.NET only. So C sharp we have to call it as, not hash. Just it is a small story behind this. Fine. In C#.NET, what version is there? We are working with .NET Core version 8. Already explained. But what are the main versions of C#.NET actually? What version is the current version? There are several versions are there, sir. Let me write quickly because this also you must know about versions history. C#.NET version, in which year they released, I said that in the first day itself, .NET was announced by Bill Gates in the year of 2000. The first version of .NET was released in the year of 2002. Okay. And in the year of 2002, what version of the C#.NET was there? C#.NET 1.0. This is the first version in the year of 2002, sir. 2002. Okay. Similarly, let me copy paste because till 2024, we have to write all the versions. It's easy to write like this. Okay. Yes, sir. Now coming to this, what are the versions are there? Let me write one by one and years also clearly. But what is the latest version which we are going to use also, I'll explain. So C#.NET 2.0. This is in the year of 2005. C#.NET 3.0. This is 2007. C#.NET 4.0. This is also 2007. C#.NET 5.0. This is 2012. 2012. Next, C#.NET 6.0. 6.0 it is. This is 2015, sir, actually. 2015. 2015. Okay, C#.NET 7.0. 7.0. 2017. Next, C#.NET 8.0. 8.0. That is 2019. C#.NET 9.0. 9.0. That is 2020. C#.NET 10.0. This is 2021. 2021. C#.NET 11.0. This is 2023. And coming to this, our latest version is which we are going to use currently in our lecture, C#.NET 12.0. That means C#.NET 12 version, .NET Core 8 version, like this. If anybody asks you what version you are going to learn in C#.NET, means your answer is C#.NET 12. Okay, which is released in 2024. This is the C#.NET 12 version we are using. Okay, so C#.NET 12, sir, actually. So .NET Framework 4.8, .NET Core Framework what we can say, 8 actually, C#.NET 12 version. Okay, just observe here. Now, this is C#.NET 12 versions here. But in this C#.NET programming language, what application through we are going to start the program is important. So we are going to start the application program, first application, console application. But before that, I would like to write here application area of .NET especially. So what kind of applications we can build using C#.NET as well as ASP.NET, it complete .NET Core only. So application area of what? .NET, I can say that. Application area of .NET. Okay, application area of .NET. What kind of applications we can build? Look at this. First application is console application. Console application. And second application is Windows Forms application. Windows Forms application. And third one is web application. Web application. And fourth one, Windows services. Windows services. And fifth one is web services. Web services. And sixth one is WPF. That stands for Windows presentation foundation. Windows presentation foundation. Seventh one is WCF. That means Windows communication foundation. Windows communication foundation. Eighth one. So these are, I'll explain what are the kind of application here. So MVC applications. This is one of the popular application which we are going to develop in our ASP.NET. Model, view, controller, we can say that. MVC application. And gaming application, business application, mobile applications also possible. Gaming application, business applications, mobile application. Mobile application purpose in .NET, there is a tool called Xamarin tool. We have to use that tool to implement mobile application development. So generally these type of applications we can build, and many more applications also using C#.NET as well as total .NET Core. But our main focus is console application, Windows Forms, web applications, MVC applications only. But remaining all the applications are according to the requirement, you have to use it. But so look at this console application. I'm talking now about console application because major program in C#.NET complete intermediate level of coding, advanced level of coding. We are going to, including object-oriented, we are going to finish console application through only. So console application is completely CUI based, command user interface or character user interface. Every time while dealing with console application, you have to give input in the form of command prompt inputs only, that is characters. Even output also will come from that console application, that is character only. Whereas Windows Forms application is GUI applications, graphical user interface. We have some form design like text boxes, buttons, labels, form preparation, user interface will be there. But web application also is having some complete design is there, user interface, graphical user interface. But what is the difference between this Windows Forms GUI and web application GUI? Actually, the first two application you can observe, console application, Windows Forms application are standalone or desktop applications. What is the meaning of standalone or desktop application means? The application once we design and develop, on which particular computer you install, on that particular computer only it works. It's not going to be share the resources. Okay. But whereas web application, even though it is a GUI, it is a web application. Web application means online applications or distributed application. Once our web application completely host in the server, and server through around the world, anybody can access this web application by typing web address on the URL address like www.flipkart.com, onlinesba.com, like that only. But these two are standalone applications. Generally, we can use console application and Windows Forms application for generating product-based applications. So let's begin our coding with console application. So here I'm trying to discuss few basic points related to console application. After that, we will launch Visual Studio 2022. In that, how to write a basic program we will discuss, sir. Okay, console application is a standalone or desktop application, first of all. Console application is a standalone. It is a standalone or desktop applications. Yes, console application is a standalone or desktop application. Okay, using this application, we can build a console-based application like character user interface. And look at this. In console application, first of all, console application will provide the CUI facilities. CUI facilities. CUI means what, you know? CUI means command user interface or character user interface. Every time we are going to deal with the characters only, like input are in the form of characters, output also in the form of characters. CUI facilities, that is. Console application will provide the CUI facilities, character user interface. Next, in console application, okay, console is what? Console is a class which is present in which namespace, you know? System namespace. That means it is present in system library, sir, actually. So this class is always present in system library. While working with console application on the top of the program, you have to use this system namespace or library. How C language and C++ programmers, before they write code, how they import on the top header files, no, like as include std, like that. We have to use this system library always. Okay. In console application, console is a class which is present in system namespace. Fine. But here, console class is having methods. Console class is having methods. What are the methods? We'll discuss. Actually, these are the methods which are associated with console class. Write method. And remember, C#.NET is what we can say. It's a completely case-sensitive programming language, sir. C#.NET is what? Case-sensitive programming language. That is the reason we have to follow some clear instructions of where is the capital and where is the small letter. Okay. C#.NET is a case sensitive. That's what I have written here. W, write method, W is a capital. Next here, write line method is there. Write line. Next, read method is there. Read. Next, read line method is there. Read line method. So read line. Okay, write method, write line. Read method, read line, like this. So these are the methods. It's a completely, what we can say, these are the methods actually. Write and write line, read and read line. Okay, fine. Coming to this, what is the difference between write and write line, read and read line? Simple, sir. The difference is very clear. Okay. Write line methods are output methods. Do you want to display some output values? Then we can use write method as well as write line method. If you want to accept input values from the user, then we can use read method as well as read line method. So first difference between write line method means the moment when we use write method, for example, if I use here console.write method, I'm using hello in this line. Next, immediately next statement, when I try to write console.write method and hi, I'm trying to use in next line. If I do like this console.write hello and console.write hi, what is the output actually? Look at this. Hello is print in one line, same line. Again, hi also print in same line, sir. Hello, hi, both are printing in the same line only. Why? Because write method we have used. Write method is used to display the output statement in the same line, whereas write line method is used to display the output statements into line by line. For example, the moment when I use write line here, instead of write method, I'm using write line method, then automatically what will happen? Hello print in one line, hi is going to print in second line only. So this is write line method advantage. We will also see the practical implementation once we start coding part. And read method and read line method difference is what, sir? Generally, these read method and read line methods are accepting input values from the user. See, in the programming, every time no need to give all the values inside the program only. Sometimes through program, we need to ask the values from the user end. That means sometimes we can ask, please enter some inputs. So user can give inputs that can be number or that can be string or anything. That values we have to read in our program. For reading purpose, we can use read method as well as readline method. So ultimately readline methods are used to read input values from the user. The moment after execution, whenever we give our inputs, that inputs automatically will read by using read and read line. But difference is what? Suppose if I entered my input is Mohan, it's just name I'm giving, group of characters I entered. If you entered this group of characters, the moment when we start use read method, using this read method, what will happen? Read method will read single character or next character. That means character by character it will read, sir. Like M character it will read first. O character it will read after. H character after that. A and N like this. So this is completely what? One by one character will read. That to read character will read ASCII value of the character, sir. Every character is having ASCII representation. ASCII. This ASCII character is completely what, sir? Integer number. Integer number that is. Suppose letter M is having ASCII representation number. ASCII stands for American Standard Code for Information Interchange. This code is completely integer format for every character, every alphabet. And read method will read internally the input values ASCII characters only, like numbers. So that's what return type of read method is what? Integer. Return type of read method is integer, I can say that. Return type of read method is integer, you have to say. And if I use readline method, okay, if we use instead of read method, if we try to use readline method is used to read all group of characters at once. Complete characters you can read, sir, readline method. The readline method is used to read all the characters at once, that is group of characters. So that's what the return type of read line method is what, strings are actually. Return type of read line method is what? String. Return type of read line method is string clearly. Got clarity? So this is the main difference between read method as well as read line method. So return type of read method is integer, return type of read line method is string only. Because read line will read all the characters at once as a string format, whereas read will read one by one character, that too internally the character ASCII number through it will read. So this is complete theoretical part what we completed. Let's begin the console application creation using C#.NET with Visual Studio. Okay, so look at sir, Visual Studio 2022 is our editor. This is the latest editor of Microsoft. So if you want to, for the first time, if you want to download and install Visual Studio, simply you can go through Google and type download Visual Studio 2022, sir. Let me show you that. Just go to Google, download Visual Studio 2022. You can type, that's it. After that, you can notice this. This is Microsoft Visual Studio official website is there. Look at this, visualstudio.microsoft.com. I recommend you to click on this link. After that, you can see this is the official website of Microsoft.com, and there is a Visual Studio option is there. This is the editor option. Click on this link. After that, you will be navigate into other page. In this, you can see this. There is a download Visual Studio option is there clearly. Okay, download Visual Studio option. But you can scroll down more Visual Studio and look at this download Visual Studio. This is exactly which I recommend. The most comprehensive integrated development environment for .NET and C++ developers on Windows, fully packed with tools and features, okay, to elevate, enhance every stage of software development. So notice this, I recommend this download. What is the version? Community 2022, I recommend you to download. So why? Because it is community, it's completely free for individual developers and academic users and open source. You need not to take any license for this. But when we go to professional 2022 version, it's a free trial individual use only. Trial version it is. Okay. And now you can see when we go to enterprise edition, it is it is a free trial for organization. So organization people who are maintaining the large team, so that persons they can go for enterprise edition. For student point of view and community version is enough. You just click on community 2022, automatically it will download and try to install by hitting next option. Okay. And once you click on install option, there will be a container, sir. Actually, one container will come. In that container, ASP.NET Development and C#.NET Development checkboxes we can activate. Two enough. ASP.NET Development and C#.NET Development. You can select that. C#.NET Desktop Development option was there, and ASP.NET Development are the two options you can select in container. After that, install. It will take minimum 20 minutes to install the complete Visual Studio 2020. So, sir, you can proceed it. If you have any doubts, I can assist you. Okay. So anyway, in our .NET complete WhatsApp group is there. Once you enroll for this course, I'll make you join in that group so that if you have any question, you can feel free to post your questions over there. I'll assist you if you have any problem in the download options. Okay. So that's I'm telling you. So let's open. I have already Visual Studio 2022, sir. Let's open Visual Studio 2022. This is Visual Studio 2022 option is there. For the first time, how to prepare what we can say console application and project, I'm telling you, sir. First, what my plan is, let's create a new folder in desktop, sir. So now you can see I'm trying to create a new folder. The name of the folder is simply .NET 6 p.m. I'm trying to use .NET 6 p.m. This is the folder. So in this folder only, from now onwards, I'm going to show you, I'm going to prepare all the examples, okay? .NET 6 p.m. folder is there. This is empty folder. Let's create a project, sir, here. Look at this. I'm trying to open Visual Studio 2022. In this. So for the first time when we open Visual Studio 2022, you will be able to see Visual Studio 2022 here. There are so many options are appearing here, but I'm not going to use these options. I don't want to open any folder or project solution, which is already I have. I want to create extremely a new project here. So create a new project I'm asking. So click on create a new project here. After creating new project, you can see there is two templates options you have, sir. But our main template is what? Console app. Console app, first template, and second template is console app .NET framework. So both the templates we have, sir. Console app .NET framework app, console app .NET core framework app. So this option is for .NET core. Look at this, a project for creating a command line application that can run on .NET on .NET on Windows, Linux, Mac OS, other operating system. What happens, sir, if we choose this console app .NET framework? This is only for what actually? This is only for Windows operating system. As said, initial sessions of .NET, I clearly mention it platform dependent style and platform independent style is there. Platform dependent means we have to go with the .NET framework. Platform independent means we have to go with .NET Core framework. So I'm showing the option here .NET Core because our complete .NET package is depends on Core framework only. I'm selecting first template console app. Let's click on next. After click on next, you can see your application name is asking here. So console app, I'm giving one. Console app 1 is our application name. But where is the location? Already .NET 7 PM folder I created. That's what it is saying. The directory is not empty. But let's click on this ellipse button and choose your folder, which is I created on desktop. What is our folder? .NET 6 PM folder. Now, once I choose .NET 6 PM folder, the error is gone clearly here. So our project name is console app 1, the project located in desktop folder .NET 6 PM. Click on next. After click on next, notice this. It's very important, son. What is your .NET core framework? .NET 8 only. 8.0 means it is a core framework. .NET Core 3.1, 6.0, 7.0, 8.0, 9.0 also there, but it's not long-term support. 8.0, we are in currently 8 version. Now, you can see this here. Do not use top-level statements. It is very important to know that. Do not use top-level statements. Top-level statements means what? Automatically, header files will be hide. Okay, directly without having any main method, it will come top-level statements. But I'm activating this do not use top level statements checkbox. Even if you don't activate also what's happening in upcoming session, you will come to know clearly, sir. Okay. So I'm using do not use top level statements activation. After that, simply click on create option. What is going to happen? You can see this. It's going to be create a new console application with .NET Core Framework 8.0 version. Okay. Yes. This is the first basic structure of console application program, sir. So this is our namespace name. It's a console app 1. And this is the built-in class, the program, P capital letter, program is a class. And this is SVM static void main, string square bracket ask. It is a command line argument. So this is an entry point of the program. But the default statement is like this console.writeLine hello world is coming, sir. Okay, fine. This is Visual Studio. First time when we create a new console application, the look and feel is like this only. Static void main. This is the basic structure of program, console program. But notice this, sir, in the right hand side, there is a Solution Explorer window is there, Solution Explorer window. In this Solution Explorer window, already program.cs is there. We have, this is your first class file. CS is nothing but .cs is nothing but C# extension, sir. This is program.cs. Okay. So before going to run, I want to show you in this folder, .NET 6 PM folder, console app 1, bin folder, debug folder. Right now, .NET 8.0 is there. There is no files have been created. Close this, sir. After running this program, you can see this, what's going to happen. How to execute this program, sir? Sometimes what will happen, user can compile first and run later. Or else compile and run both at a time you want to do. You can simply click on this green color run button, console app 1. Okay, sometimes user wanted to compile first, after that run later. How it is? Just there is a build menu is there. Build means compile. So build console app 1, I'm clicking on it. So build started in the left hand side corner, build started, and you notice that build succeeded also, you'll be able to see that. So after build started, now you can see build succeeded over. After that, you try to run this. Now you can see the output is going to display in the command prompt window. So the output is coming and going. Why, sir, output is coming and going like this? Because there is one more important statement you have to write. To stay back to our screen, especially output screen, there is console.read method you have to use. Console is the class, read is a method. Now, if you use console.read, the output window is going to be stay back clearly. So we are able to see the output hello world, first program, what we have seen here. This is very simple program, just how to run this program I'm saying. But after debug, after build and compile the program, you can notice this what files are generated in our folder, which we created, .NET 6 PM folder, and console app1, and bin folder, and debug folder, and .NET 8.0. These many files created like DLL file, executable file, database file, JSON files, because core version automatically create JSON file because it's a open standard format to run on any platforms like operating systems. So this is one program file we created, sir. Okay. Yes. But do you want to know that which version of C#.NET we are using? Simply you can go to Solution Explorer. Okay. Solution Explorer. You can see double click on, right click on console app one, your project folder. Right click, go to properties option is there. You can see properties option. Once if you go to properties, your project properties will be open. In this properties, you are see target framework .NET 8.0, and slowly scroll down. You will come to know somewhere C#.NET version also you are going to see that. The C#.NET version is what's here? 12 version you are going to see that. I'll show you that. What version of C#.NET we are going to use, that also you are going to see that. Look at this C#.NET 12 actually. This is C#.NET 13 is there. Actually, it is updated. Yeah, you can see this. Warnings from C#13 or 12 version actually it is, because we selected a .NET Core 8 only. It was updated, sir, actually. No problem. Somewhere you can find the programming language version. I'll show you that. Just application, we have to go. In the application, you are going to see 12 version. No, core version, it's warning level. Okay. Somewhere we can see that. Later I'll show you, don't worry. Because version also it will clearly mention it. In general settings or somewhere it is there. But once you can notice that .NET version is what? 8.0. Core version it is. So many versions are there, but we are using Core 8.0. .NET 8.0 means core version only, that is. Fine, sir. This is one program which we have written. But how to add one more class into this? Do you want to add one more class? Simply you can see this. Go to Solution Explorer console app 1. Right click. Go to add and click on class. Either you can go to this approach, adding new class. So look at this, I'm adding new class, and the class template I'm selecting. So by default, the class name is class 1, class 2, class 3, class 4, and so on with the .cs extension, and click on add it here. You can add a new class here to this project. But for the first time, when we add new class, and it won't have any main method. Look at this, by default for the first time when we create console application, it will come along with main method. But in this class one, when we add an extra class, it won't have any main method. You have to write manually like static void m capital main method only. Or else if you want to write main method in shortcut way, simply type svm double time, you can press tab key. So this is the code snippet for getting main method completely. Type svm 2 times, you can hit tab key. 1, 2, automatically main method generated. Now for this time, I'm trying to write here. You can see I want to write a program. This is new program I'm writing. Console.writeLine welcome statement I'm using. To stay back to our screen, console.read I'm using. So right now in front of me, two programs are there, sir. One program is program.cs. Another program is class1.cs. Even in the Solution Explorer also, look at this class1.cs program. But if you want to run class 1 directly, you can't run directly. You can see if when I run directly, there were build errors. Build errors means compilation errors are there. So would you like to continue and run the last successful build? Say yes means last time what output we got that will show and along with errors. And you can say no means you can see program has more than one entry point defined. Okay, compile with main to specify the type that contains the entry point it's saying. That indicates what? That compiler is getting ambiguity situation. This program class 1 is having main method and program.cs also having main method, but both main methods at a time we can't run. It will ask you which main method onward should I start, it is saying. So for this purpose, you have to change startup object every time. How to change startup object to run from which class onwards means simply go to Solution Explorer, double click on console app 1, double click. There is, you can see, there is one startup object tag we have to prepare. Startup object actually, startup object tag. Okay, then here we have to write console app 1, console app 1. Or this option I will tell you later, sir. Okay, you will get confused. Simple option is there, sir. Instead of this one, do you want to change startup object? Simply you can follow this option. Go to Solution Explorer, right click on console app 1, go to properties at last, and you can see properties window will open. There is a startup object option is there or not? Yes, by default not set. You can expand this drop down list. Simply what class program do you want to run, select it, and after that save changes and run this. Your current program is going to execute now. So this is the way to change startup object. Which program do you want to run? That you can change startup object. That program code is coming. Welcome. This is class 1 program. Again, do you want to change startup object to execute program.cs? This program you want to execute? Simple. Right click on console app 1. Once again, I'm showing properties. Every time, no need to go, just already window is there here. Just I'm showing for getting more. Now, startup object option is there here. Expand this drop down list. Now, console app 1 program I'm taking. Now, this time I want to execute program. Save it. This program.cs will run now. Which program do you want to run? Like this, you can change startup object and run it. So it is your convenient way to do this. So this is the way to manage the Visual Studio 2022 console application C# programs. So more details we'll discuss in tomorrow. So tomorrow also you can consider a demo session. So after that, the paid link will create that. Our team will create a paid link. After enrollment only you can able to join that. So that's all. Tomorrow we'll continue from here, sir. If you have any question, you can feel free to ask me now. All right.